Oh my, my God, I almost lost my voice right there for a second. I took a look and saw that there's like 25 of you that were in the waiting room. So thank you so much for being in the waiting room. And if you can, like, we're kind of like I thought we are a couple minutes early, but I think we're actually like on time right now. Um, I have never been so nervous in my life to do this. I have a lot to talk about as far as like the whole title of this live stream. And the first thing on this YouTube channel is who is Chris Luck, which is me. So let me go ahead and double check to make sure that you can all hear me and you can all see me. So if you can hear me and if you can see me, that means I'm live. And just say like something in the chat so I know. And then I'm going to pull up some things because it looks like I can see a lot of you in the chat. So, and there might be a little bit of a delay too. So I don't know how long of a delay this might be. So Robert, what's up, Robert? Long time no see. The legally blind guy. I've known you for quite a while, Robert. And thank you for seeing my new creation. This office was work in progress. If you pay really close attention and look all around me, you're going to see all kinds of just little memorabilia and nostalgia from my life that we'll talk about. And what's up, Don from St. Louis? And yeah, as far as what I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be interesting. I will say that. So it looks like you can all see me, and yes to both, and I'm good to go and good. So let's just go ahead and get to it, because this is unlike anything that I've done, because I've done training for years, through the computer like this, to people like yourself. I've done Zooms, I've done like private kind of webinars, I've done trainings, I've done private live streams, but I've never just thrown myself out there on YouTube before. So this is a first. And thank you, Robert, by asking, how are the girls? The girls are doing incredible. And one of them is upstairs right now. So she said, my oldest, Callie, she said she's going to pop in on me. And I'm like, no, you're not. And she meant like popping in on the live stream. So she might be watching too, but I'm in my home office. And I thought she meant like she's going to like pop into my office and walk in on me, and which would be fine if she did. But I locked the door so she can't, because I'm, again, super nervous to do this. So for those of you that are just joining us, my name is Chris Luck. This is the first time I have ever been live on just YouTube publicly, and I wanted to make this the first thing on my YouTube channel. So that's what we're going to kind of get to today. It's kind of more of just like planting my flag into like why I'm here. So you can see I like to be a little bit prepared on the things that I put together for people like yourself that take time to watch me on the internet. So we're going to go through a few things. We're going to go through who I am, what I've done, why I'm here, how I'm going to do all this, how I'm going to attempt to do all this, what I'm not going to do on YouTube, what I am going to do on YouTube, and we're going to go through some final thoughts, one more thing, and then something that I'm kind of curious about as well. And it looks like my youngest daughter, Cammie, says that I'm doing great. Don't be nervous. I got this. She's actually I think she's in the car right now going to softball to try on some uniforms for a new softball team. So thanks for actually hopping on. Thanks for hopping on like on your phone while you're in the car. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get right into who I am. And for those of you that are kind of wondering where this is going to go, I will tell you what you're probably going to be really excited about is how I'm going to do this, what I'm not going to do, and what I'm going to do. So stick around at least to the middle here so you can kind of see what this is all about. So starting off, like I said, my name is Chris Luck. I just turned 44, well, 44 years young today. That was August 1st, but that was actually 3 days ago, which I'll get to in a second. I'm married. I have two daughters who are 13, 15. One of them is on the chat right now, and she's blown up the chat, which is awesome. So thanks, Cammie. And I've been building businesses online since 1999. I started this YouTube channel, actually. If you go look at the About page of this YouTube channel, I started it back in March 27th of 2011. That was 14 years, 4 months, and 8 days ago. And I've never uploaded a single video because I've been terrified every single day. I have thought about doing this every single day for over 14 years, but I love watching people on YouTube teach things that I enjoy right now, especially AI. And I can't stand how everyone is copying each other's style of content. Just nobody seems to be authentic anymore. Nobody seems to give advice that actually helps anyone. Usually people are creating content just to get views and just to get people to not just watch their content, but stick around for the retention so they can like sell sponsorships and all that kind of stuff. And just nothing feels authentic. And I mean, maybe I'm just watching the wrong stuff. I don't know. So I decided on my 44th birthday, which was 3 days ago on August 1st, that I was finally going to start this YouTube channel. And I was so built up to do this YouTube channel on my birthday. That's all I told the family that I wanted to do for my birthday is do this, finally start this thing and do it with a live stream with all of you. But this is no joke. I actually got stung by a wasp in my face. So I was walking on a trail. I had my hat backwards and I had my sunglasses on. And a wasp flew in between my right eye and my sunglasses lens and got kind of stuck, buzzing back and forth between my face and my sunglasses. And if you don't believe me, here's some pictures. So this little red dot here was like right when I got stung, and then it started swelling up, and it actually swelled up a lot bigger than that, but I didn't want to actually get a picture of it because it looked terrible. So I ended up just sitting and putting ice on my face all day. And a lot of people always wonder if I actually have hair under this hat, and I do. I got a lot of curly hair, but I just like to wear a hat because it kind of feels like my little superhero cape. And what's up? Thanks for saying happy birthday. I appreciate it, and thank you, Wendy. Okay, so here's what I've done. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a journey. It's going to go really quick. This whole live stream is going to go pretty quick. I just wanted to really make this where when anyone would ever go see or hear about me, like I have some speaking things that are coming up later this year, and people are probably going to just wonder like, who is this guy? And I wanted this video just to be out there and also to be on my YouTube channel so people knew who I was. So this is my journey and kind of why I'm here, and maybe why you either want to stick around and see what I'm up to, throughout this year and the next few years on YouTube, or not. So from 1996 to 1999, I look at life in chapters. So some of you that actually know me as friends or know me through business or have heard me talk before, you always hear me talk about chapters. And I feel like life is just a series of chapters. So in 96 to 99, I call it my discovery chapter. So I had 19 jobs. I was fired from all of them. And I could actually make that a whole live stream in and of itself about how I got fired and rehired to 3 times to one job specifically. I look at myself as like officially unemployable. I don't like going to work. I don't like office politics. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like having an income limit. I don't like knowing what I'm going to do in life back then. So I went to college to figure it out like most people do. From 1999 to 2001, I call that my journey chapter. And I do actually like the band Journey. I haven't seen them live, but that's how I call it, my journey chapter. I was a broke college student. I had no job. I read an article in Entrepreneur Magazine about making money online and starting a business and working from home and all that kind of stuff, specifically with referral marketing. A lot of people use referral marketing as they call it other things. They call them like influencer marketing, ambassador marketing, affiliate marketing, all that kind of tell a friend, all that kind of stuff. So I got really excited about it, gave it a try. I couldn't actually make any money for the life of me. I discovered a few loopholes by spending most of my days in forums back then. It was actually even before forums. It was called bulletin boards. That's kind of how I go back to this kind of stuff. And I learned more by talking to people that were actually doing this stuff every day than the people selling courses and stuff out of magazines and books and all that. And I ended up making more money in a month than I'd make in a year with my college degree. So as I was in college, I started skipping classes because I was obsessed with what I figured out. But unfortunately, due to that obsession, I got kicked out of college. And that took me to from 2001 to 2007. I call this my mastery chapter. And maybe some of you watching this, you might have had your own chapters as well and have done kind of your own thing. But I became addicted to the art of referral marketing because it felt like it's what I was good at. I was curious how much I could make if I went all in on it. So I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars on self-education, buying marketing books and classes and courses and coaching. I was going to events. I was joining masterminds. I was doing all this stuff to learn, because as I was like picking up mentors along the way, I figured the best thing that I could do is not to spend money on like exotic cars and mansions and all that, but actually to just invest in my own education to get better at what it is that I do. So everything that I did felt like I was collecting cheat codes to a video game. And some of you that know me, you actually might see me talk about this a lot. And if you don't really know me and you're going to learn who I am, I love to game. And this is called the Game Genie. This was like back in the 80s and the early 90s. You could take a game like Legend of Zelda, which was extremely hard to play back when you were 10 years old. So what you would do is, you could either go to the bookstore and learn and buy all these books that had cheat codes in the books, and these were like very long cheat codes, and much harder than like Contra, where it's like down, down, up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, start. This was like you would take the game, plug it into the Game Genie, it would instantly unlock thousands of cheat codes in the game, and it would have its own menu of cheat codes. So I keep this right here in front of my desk, like where I can see it, because everything that I do, like in business, when I'm sitting here in my office, I always, when I get stuck on something, I'm always thinking like, there's got to be a easier way. There's got to be a cheat code. And I look at the Game Genie, and I've got all my old school stuff back here, like my old Nintendo and my Game Boy and all that kind of stuff. So I look at stuff as like cheat codes. Now, unfortunately, they don't use Game Genies anymore with video games, but we can do it in business. So when I was collecting cheat codes to business and things that I was doing, these were cheat codes that were actually making a lot of money. And then this is what took me from 2007 to 2015. And I see a lot of you in the chat are calling out the Game Genie. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So from 2007 to 2015, I was always asked what do I do everywhere I go? When I would go to the gym, when I'd be meeting new friends, or going out and just kind of hanging out and going to events, it seemed like it was a calling for me to help others. So I started teaching everything that I knew about referral marketing everywhere I went. So these live events and virtual events and meetups that I was paying to go to, I ended up speaking at these and then talking to people at the events. And I was actually spending more time just hanging out in the lobby of hotels and stuff like that, and going out to dinners and just attracting people around me to share everything that I know about what I'm doing, because I was excited to share it because it felt like cheat codes. So it got to the point where I built my own online community where I could teach referral marketing. I brought on a business partner for operations, so I could just focus on education, because I love doing this kind of stuff. I love just talking about stuff I'm naturally passionate about. So we built the community up to about 18,000 members paying $100 a month. My business partner wanted to retire, so we sold the business. And that was a really sad day for me, because I didn't want to retire. And when we sold the business, we had a 5-year non-compete agreement, which means that both of us, we can't basically go build this kind of business again for 5 years, which, it was fine for him. For me, I was like, I just want to keep doing this, but I couldn't. So from 2015 to 2025, which brings us up to today, I call it my Epiphany Chapter. So I'm one of those people who have a ton of ideas for businesses. Some of you that are friends of mine, and my daughters that are on the live stream right now, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm always someone that wakes up in the middle of the night with something, and instead of thinking about it, I actually build the businesses I think about. So I went on a 10-year run of building 10 different businesses on my own. I had an app business, I had an Amazon business, supplement business, a beverage business, which was actually an energy drink, Shopify business. I was into marketing, podcasting, publishing, consulting, and got into doing a little bit of drop shipping. And so I've done a lot of things online as an entrepreneur. Everything was a ton of work. Nothing was as fulfilling as what I enjoyed the most in the past 25 years out of everything that I've done, which was to build a community of people that actually want to learn with me with the things that I'm actually passionate about, because that's just the greatest feeling in the world, because that is what unlocked my whole career, was being a part of other communities where people were just in the trenches sharing with what was working. And nobody builds this stuff anymore. Nobody is building communities and just getting a bunch of people together that like something like that they're obsessed about it, and then they're open to share it. There's Facebook groups and stuff like that, but it's not the same. So what I did was I shut down all 10 businesses because I didn't want to deal with selling them. I just let inventory run out. I just selling a business is a ton of work, especially when you don't have a big team behind you or anything. Because I just want to get back to doing what I love to do, which is why I'm here right now on this YouTube channel. And just I feel like I'm sweating through my hoodie right now because of how nervous I am. And that is why I'm here. So I started this channel back on March 27th. This is so embarrassing, of 2011, which was 14 years, 4 months, and 8 days ago. I've never uploaded a single video to this channel because I was terrified. But today I realized like I'm done hiding. YouTube is full of people right now talking about AI. They're sharing the same AI tips, the same AI tools. They're having the same AI talks, and it's all recycled, rehearsed, and repackaged information. And it just doesn't feel real anymore. And I personally can't take it. I used to love watching people discover stuff on YouTube and share stuff on YouTube and talk about what's working. But now it just feels so it actually feels like these people are AI, which a lot of these channels have switched over to where they've made AI clones of themselves. And there's just no personality. There's no authenticity, and nobody's genuine, it feels like. So I made the decision that this channel finally needs to happen. It finally needs to go live. And everything on this channel is going to be live streams like you're seeing right now about AI. There's no preparation, there's no polish, there's just going to be presence. The only preparation there'll be is I'm going to put like a little list like you see right here, so I just follow along with what I'm doing so I don't spend 5 hours on here talking. But future live stream, this is the most prepared live stream there'll probably be on this channel. A lot of it's just going to be actually in the trenches showing you some really cool stuff you can do. So that is going to take me now to how I'm going to do this. So I have been obsessed with all things AI for years. I actually started using OpenAI's ChatGPT 3 model back when it was in beta in June of 2020. And I've been using AI every day since then for all things in my life, my business life, my personal life, my parenting life, and a whole lot more things. And I always wish there was a place I could go to talk to others that are learning about AI. It never existed. I created it. It's called Aiville. It is the largest online community for people learning how to use AI. It's free. It's a lot of fun. Inside Aiville, what I do is I actually track AI trends in real time so I can see what's trending. I get alerts and all kinds of really neat things. And if it's interesting, what I want to do is I want to go live on this channel just as myself and just talk about the stuff that is just blowing my mind. So if there's new AI tools, if you want to join my live streams, we will demo them together live so we can actually talk about them and work on them together. When there's new AI updates, instead of watching just some talking head talking about an update everyone else says the same stuff about, we'll actually go through them together live, and we'll be in live chat and everything. When there's new AI breakthroughs, we'll actually explore them together live. So I just want you to know, like on this channel, I'm here to help you. So if staying ahead in AI matters at all to you right now, I want you to, right now, if you can, just subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications. That's the important thing, is to turn on notifications, because you'll be the first to know about the latest in AI before everyone else. Here's what I'm not going to do, okay? So I'm not going to report on AI news like a journalist. I'm not going to act like I'm some AI expert or a know-it-all, because I'm not. I'm someone that is learning every day, and I'm not going to ever have paid sponsors on any of my live streams. So you're not going to see these live streams be cluttered up with, sponsors, or I'm reviewing a tool because someone paid me to review the tool. I'm only going to be just surfacing and talking about and testing the things that are trending in my community, which is Aiville. So I'm not going to waste a single second of your time on these live streams. I'm not going to create content just to chase views. I'm not going to pretend I have all the answers. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of slides or a bunch of scripts. I'm not going to pretend to be perfect, because I'm far from it. Now, here's what I am going to do on this channel. So I'm going to have a ton of fun on every live stream. And in case you haven't noticed by just my office, like just the colors and everything, I like to have a lot of fun. And I like to, especially when I'm going to be talking about content and teaching and talking about AI and stumbling over things and things aren't turning out the way that I want them to, I want to have like you with me, and I want to be in this room in this live chat together on everything that I'm doing, and I want everything that I do to feel like a party. That's why all these lights are the way they are. If you look at Aiville, you're going to see it's very colorful because I like fun. And I feel like that there's just not a lot of fun on YouTube. There's a lot of there's just a lot of scripting. There's a lot of way too much over editing and sound effects and animations, and it's entertaining as if you're going to be watching Netflix, but I want to be this channel on YouTube where when you see a notification pop up that I went live, you can jump in the live stream room like you're in right now, and it's going to be like this. I'm going to be here in my office. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be testing some crazy stuff, and we're going to be just enjoying things together. So I haven't seen anyone do this yet on YouTube. If somebody has, let me know. I would love to follow him and get to be friends with him. But I haven't seen anyone, so I'm going to try to just kind of be the first one to do this, where everything on my YouTube channel is live streams that aren't sponsored or anything like that. So I'm also going to share incredible things that you can do with AI really fast. I want to make sure everything that I share is going to be something you can apply right then and there or later in the day. I want to show you AI tools I use every day. I want to show you how to use them. Again, I won't talk about tools because I'm being paid to talk about them. I will talk about tools that I'm just naturally using. I'm going to teach you things that you will not see anywhere else. I'm going to make AI feel simple, easy, clear, very useful for you, not just in business, but just in just your normal life. And like I said, I use a lot, with parenting and working through relationship stuff, and just a lot with, self-help kind of stuff. So I'm going to share all that with you. I'm also going to attempt to answer any questions that you have about AI Live, but remember, I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all. I don't want to be a guru or anything like that. I'm just like you. I'm just somebody that's in the trenches, that's learning, that happened to build a community that is a massive community where I can see what people are nerding out about and getting excited about. And I want to share that with more people outside the community, which is why I'm here, on YouTube. So I'm only going to go live when there is something that I feel like is going to be worth your time. I'm going to make sure that every minute is going to be worth showing up for. Some live streams might be 10 minutes. Some might be an hour. Some might be, I've gone live sometimes for like 8 hours. So in the past, not publicly, but like in other communities and stuff that I built, whenever I have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So I can definitely stand sitting here in this chair in this room for a very long time if it's worth showing up for. So what I'd like to ask of you right now is to do this together. So right now, normally I would ask, like, give me, on a 1 to 10 scale, what do you think about all this? Which we will get to that in a second. But before we get too far, if you can, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, and do so only if you're tired of feeling confused and overwhelmed with AI. Subscribe to this channel if you want to finally learn how to use AI and not just watch others do it on YouTube. And you can subscribe to this channel if you just want to say that I was here on this channel on Chris's first live stream, like when this whole thing started. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be just content. It's not going to be like anything that you've ever seen people do on YouTube before. And I know that because I consume a ton of YouTube content every day. I have for years. And this is going to be the beginning of something completely different. And I understand getting started, there might only be 20 people on a live stream or 30 people on a live stream. But my goal is, like, in a year from now, I would love to do a live stream and there's like 10,000 people in the waiting room for me to go live. That's my goal. So right now it is August 4th, 2025. By my birthday next year, my birthday present to me next year would be to do a live stream and there's like 10,000 people on live for me to talk about something. So I'm going to put that in my flag right now in the YouTube world to say that would be something really cool, because that would be, in my mind, 10,000 people I know that I could be truly helping, and not just helping in a very, hey, look at me, listen to what I'm doing kind of way, but more in a, this is 10,000 people where we're all helping each other and sharing some really cool stuff together, and we're doing this as a community. So here's some final thoughts. 14 years, 4 months, and 8 days ago, I was terrified to publish a video. Every single day I thought about publishing a video on this channel, never did. Tonight, I feel like I found my voice. feel like I found my calling, my purpose, and I feel like you are here for it right now. So I really want to thank you for being here. And one more thing is that about 2 hours before this live stream, so around 5 o'clock before I actually started grilling some hamburgers for my family before we did this live stream, I was in Aiville and I was checking the trends. I have a dashboard where I can see like what's trending by the hour and all that kind of stuff. 2 hours before his live stream, someone posted something in Aiville that completely blew my mind. It changed just how I think about what's even possible with AI right now. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do, which is August 5th, I'm going to go live and I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to show you who posted it. And I'm going to show how you can do what it is that they're doing too. And I'm going to experiment with it and test it myself as well. So I don't know exactly when the live stream is going to be tomorrow. I haven't checked like my family calendar. My youngest daughter is in traveling softball right now, which right now she's getting fitted for uniforms. And then my oldest does horseback riding. And I know tomorrow, I think we also have like a sand volleyball thing we got to do. So I need to check to see what my calendar is. And I don't know when the live stream will be. But if you subscribe and if you turn on notifications, you will be the first to see it. And you can try this out with me. And I really hope to see you there. So I just want to close today's live stream out and the first live stream out with, first, if you can, just on a 1 to 10 scale, like what do you think about the whole presence and idea of this live stream and this approach on YouTube? 1 being like, this sounds terrible, and 10 being like, this is pretty cool. I'm subscribed and I can't wait to check it out. Let me know in the chat because I would love to. That's how I get a real, authentic, like genuine gauge of how these type of things are going to go. Because if I get a lot of 1s or a lot of just nobody talking in the chat at all, then I know that I'm not on the right path and I need to figure out a better path. And then also, if you have any questions, let me know as well. So what I like to do is take a sip of my sweet tea, which I'm like addicted to right now, and wait. There's usually like a little bit of a delay before things come in the chat. So I'm going to wait for the little catch up to come in. And then if you have questions, also after you give like the 1 to 10 scale, let me know. That was a lot to go through. I remember there was one thing that I said that really bothered me is that I'm not going to be prepared on these live streams. I feel like I was pretty prepared on this first one. And I think the reason why I was probably overly prepared on this first one was because I'm so nervous right now. And I don't know how this is going to go. I know not a lot of people are going to be here live right this second because it's kind of last minute. Didn't really get the word out to a lot of people. This is video 1 on the YouTube channel. So I'm curious like how this does over time. It probably doesn't even do much over time anyway, because I mean, who the heck is going on YouTube searching for who is Chris Luck anyway? So like I said, I'm not creating my live streams for purpose to get content views. I just want to make sure the people that are subscribed to my YouTube channel and have notifications turned on, like yourself, would be someone that is interested in just always when you see something popping up, we're all coming together as like this community, and we're helping each other together on like cool stuff that I'm discovering in Aiville every day. And I was on the fence too if I wanted to do this about for like a year. I was on the fence if I wanted to do this whole approach on YouTube under my personal name, Chris Luck, and that is my real name. I would have my driver's license and show you because a lot of people don't believe it, but it is. And then the other idea would be to do it under Aiville, but I don't know. I go and look at all the people that I'm subscribed to and the people that I follow on YouTube. They're not brands. They're not companies. They're individual people. So that's why I did it under my name. But it is the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I'm glad you're all here and you're rating me right now. So let me take a look real quick and see. I need to make these a little bigger. Hang on a second. As I can click a button to have the text show up like you see here on the screen, but it's not big enough. So let me try to make it a little bit bigger. Sorry, I will only have to do this one time because these will be my settings that will be like set up on my computer moving forward. There we go. Maybe a little bigger than that. So, by the way, Shamori, are you going to Growth Hacking Live? Let me know. I'm going to be speaking in the main room at Growth Hacking Live let me know if you're gonna be there. I like to look out for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here at Boxer Mom. I love that. Thank you for all the numbers that are coming in. Robert says, Chris, 10 subscribed already. 10, love it all. Thank you, Don from St. Louis, and Elaine. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Modern Health. I always forget your name, Modern Health. I know you were in my community of brand ambassadors, and when I just see brand name, again, this is another great example on YouTube. Like if I don't see the actual person's name, for some reason my brain doesn't like actually remember the name. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Wendy. Of course, Frank, you gave me a 9.8. Frank's a good buddy of mine locally, so thank you for actually watching this, Frank. My mom is here. She says, proud of you. Mom, you didn't give me a 1 to 10 rating, so if you could give me a 1 to 10 rating, that would be great. And I'm glad you said you're proud of me. Thank you. What's the best website AI builder for WordPress? I will actually make that another live stream for sure. When I mention, if you have any questions, ask me questions about like the build out of this YouTube channel, like topics or I don't know, something like that. I don't want it, because if I actually get into answering all the questions about specific tools and all that, we would probably be here for 10 hours. But that is definitely one I will, you know what? I will write that down. I don't have something to write down. Hang on, let me open up my notepad. And I am going to write down WordPress, AI website builder for WordPress, because there are several of them actually. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Or sorry, Robert. Thank you, Robert, for telling me that. Boxer Mom says, when you update on Aiville and I have a pro level, how can I correct when it allows me a new feature? If you can just send me an email directly to chris@aiville.com, and I can put you in touch with a proper person, our support, to help you with that. And then you can also email support@aiville.com and we can help you there. Thank you, Wendy, saying, I don't worry how I look. I make mistakes on YouTube. You're doing very well. I appreciate it. And my mom came in with a 10. Thank you. Shamora, you will be at Growth Hacking Live. Great. So when you are there, make sure you send me a message on WhatsApp so we can connect again in person. We never really get enough time to just sit and like talk like in person. We're always sitting near each other when we go to events, but I would love to just hang out with you. Thank you, Lynn. And what's up, Emma? Emma is on my team. Thank you so much for being here and saying let's do. Simply well 10. All right, great. Thank you for everything. And what's up, Mike? Mike's going to be at Growth Hacking Live as well. And so I'm actually thinking about I am thinking about that, having a meetup in parallel, like at Growth Hacking Live, maybe having a dinner or having some fun cocktail hour or something like that. And thank you, Michael, by saying keeping up the humanity in AI. I really appreciate it. So, and thank you, Cody. I appreciate it. Great. So good. That was all. I'll tell you, that was the most nerve-wracking question I ever asked, is being live public on YouTube for the first time on a YouTube channel that I've had for 14 years, 4 months and 8 days, that I every single day wanted to create a video, but I was terrified to do. Not only did I do today, but I went live with a live crowd and then was able to have you all let me know how you think this is going to go. So I appreciate it. Like I said, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications, because subscribing is one thing, but when you turn on notifications, unlike all the other YouTubers out there that have a very set schedule where they go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or not go live, they publish videos like on a very specific schedule. I have no schedule, because my schedule is going to be based off of what I see trending in Aiville, and not just what I see trending, but what I see trending that I think could help a whole bunch of people that aren't in Aiville, like help all of humanity kind of thing. That's what I want to make live streams about, is just to blow everyone's mind that doesn't really understand AI yet, and to make sure that when they see my videos, they are timely, which within the same day when something drops or releases, or there's a new update with a tool that just completely changes everything. There's a lot of pre-rehearsed content on YouTube. A lot of it's done by AI. A lot of it's scripted by AI. A lot of the voiceovers are all AI. It's just, it's that's why I knew right now is the best time for me to do this channel, because it is a nightmare trying to keep up with content on YouTube in the AI space, because it's all content created by AI. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Thank you for all of you giving me the positive vibes and the subscribes. If you're watching this as a replay, feel free. I think you can. I don't know yet because I haven't done a live stream public on YouTube. I don't know, like, when I'm done and I'm not gonna like go edit this, because all my stuff on YouTube, I'm gonna make sure is just unedited, uncensored. It's just what you see is what you get. And I don't know when I'm done if the comments will open up where people that are watching a replay can leave stuff in the comments, or if it's only locked down to live chat. So I guess we'll find out together. Yeah, I think we'll find out together. So keep an eye out for notification tomorrow. I guarantee it's going to be something that will change the way you think about AI. And again, I'll be live on this YouTube channel. I want to try to go live at least a few times a week. But again, I don't know what time of day. Some days might be early in the morning before I go to the gym. Some might be midday. If I'm at my other office, it might be not this environment, but I might be in a different office that's much louder. But if it's something urgent, I'll go live, and I might just be on my laptop, but that'll be okay, because it doesn't matter where I'm at. It matters about, you know, what you're learning. So yeah, that's what I got. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. This is a long time coming, and I feel really good about this. So now I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to go play the new, well, not new, but it's the F125 game with my oldest daughter, Callie, because I just got it to her. I got it for her. She loves F1 racing, and we like to watch F1 racing together. And then I got this game on Xbox, so we're going to go try to play that. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.